I'd like to talk a little bit about what a traditional Hawaiian seer is. Now, this is something, in terms of being a light seer, that is terminology that I use, because when I'm talking to an individual, I'm following all these chords, and if I can get them to align in the right way, they illuminate. So that is, for me, it's about seeing these chords, and then I try to get them to the point of illumination, so I call that being a light seer. But my gift is actually, as a traditional Hawaiian, High Seer. Now, I didn't learn that I was a High Seer until I was visited in the spirit world by a very well-known Hawaiian High Seer. And it happened by accident. As a person who has been seeing profoundly, I thought that I was just clairvoyant because I was having conversations, with all these spirits and beings that would come in. But when I realized that I was seeing much more than that, that became very scary for me. It wasn't until I was visited by this Hawaiian seer, and again, it happened by accident. I was in meditation one day, and I saw their name, and I thought, well, what would happen if I just looked in on this person? And this person lived hundreds of years ago. And I sat in silence, and when I looked in on them, what ended up happening was a channel. So I was writing at the time, and I was expecting to kind of see, oh, this person was born in this area, this person maybe liked this kind of food, this person had this spouse, which is a lot of information that comes in if I just do a quick little look in. But what ended up happening is all of a sudden I was sitting with this person, and we were sitting face to face, and I was sitting in a hale, which is a Hawaiian house, and I was looking around, and I realized that, oh, I am not me in this moment. I am someplace else. And then this High Seer showed me the art of what he does. Now, Hawaiian High Seers, Polynesian High Seers, there is no written language, so you can't find any of this written. Now, we can find information historically about the ancients, but stuff like this is not written about, and it wasn't talked about. Polynesians, because they had no written language, they had to express everything oratorily. Everything was given down by their speech, but they wouldn't say certain things because they didn't want certain information to be passed. Now, I wasn't asking to look in on any of this medicine work, none of it, but he was giving it to me, so I had no choice but to receive. And the amount of information that I got was overwhelming. But he showed me how he would create this concoction and smear it over these beautiful whale bones, and then he would read the lines of coagulation. We now call that claromancy or divination, right? But he would show me what he did specifically, and I won't tell you the exact chemical makeup of what he was using. That is a secret between he and I. But when I realized what he was doing, I knew that I could see it, because that's how I see now. And I learned in the spirit world that I am being given this gift of sight in this way, and this is how this individual did it. So I now meet him in the spirit world quite often to get lessons, so I can learn more information. So my gift of being a traditional Hawaiian seer is being passed down generationally and lineage line and ancestrally through the connection of this seer that I have in the spirit world. My gift of being able to see and its connection to me and my culture is a major door, right? So I have access to the Polynesian realm because of my bloodline and my connection to that. I haven't ever asked to see information the way that a Buddhist might. I haven't ever asked to see information the way that someone in a completely other culture might. I haven't asked those questions. I don't know if I would get that information. I do know that there is a very open portal between me and the spirit world when it comes to my lineage and my ancestral line. And most Polynesians are actually quite intuitive. In fact, if you meet another Polynesian person, you're most likely going to say, wow, that person is just so cool. But I know that that is just another way of saying, oh, that person feels very connected. And when I'm around that person, I just feel very, very connected. So I use my ability to have my connection to my lineage, but to actually ask the bigger questions, which is this wide, energetic, open doorway that I have.